to fulfill the creed. It's Rastafari duty. Hungry be fed, naked be clothed, sick be nourished, age protected, infants cared for. Repatriation, that's a must. Step away, trot away, Africa away. Inventors, creators, we're for the benefit of Africa today. Step away, trot away, before it's too late. Mother, fathers, daughters and sons, we're for the benefit of Africa today. Beast belly trap out, wanna pay watch out. Babylon dirty work a full time fi we clock out. Suitcase and me barrel it, hard already pack out. All people and get I don't want people lock out. And our ancestors who already drop out. Packle had their rain, no time Rasta a back out. African continent I don't want fi go stop out. Returning route I am about. Rasta man a flock out. Step away, trot away. Africa away. Inventors, creators, we're for the benefit of Africa today. Step away, trot away, before it's too late. Mother, fathers, daughters and sons, we're for the benefit of Africa today. Work without no pain, no gratitude or thank you. African contribution, they attribute no value. Even I name Mbangu, them switch it up too much. You are back Kwame Swahili language, we want Bantu movements of Rastafari people. Lion conquer, the dragon bear and all the eagle. Ship containers, no tractors, we need vehicle. Rasta only Africa, that continent can free you. Step away, trot away, Africa away. Inventors, creators, we're for the benefit of Africa today. Step away, trot away, before it's too late. Mother, fathers, daughters and sons, we're for the benefit of Africa today. Rasta man a carry uncle, auntie and all with granny. Even the neighbor trouble some boy with them call Johnny. Trotting out a room, Rasta man no leave nobody free. The innocent from jail, some man they shout no let happy. Black people were happy return a east and burn the valley. Abuse I them go push and shoot by around like a trolley. Sign out with the queen them walk with Papa Ton. Squad they run Selassie I each one the Rasta man. We are rally, paralyze the whole Rasta man take care of the blind. Nourishment for the sick I man gently remind. Solemn duty uplift your brother and sister every time. I reclaim all the diamond every last gold mine. Contaminate with water call the item refine. Shell your name, shell out all the dollars and kind. Repair the damages, apologies I decline. Fire for crime, so the African liberty design. Step away, trot away, Africa away. Inventors, creators, we're for the benefit of Africa today. Step away, trot away, before it's too late. Mother, fathers, daughters and sons, we're for the benefit of Africa today. Vaccine passport, we travel on them transport. Government scientists, them say pick up and put your hands out. Put you in your hand and them permitted to branch out. Timers are right for Rasta man, advance out. Returning home and that the Rasta did a chant out. Those eagles watch them, still a Caliban bout. Starline a cruising with business we gone bout. Babylon is a trap, it's too late for your ball out. Step away, trot away, trot away, trot away, trot away. Step away, just trot away. Mama Africa awaits, repatriation needs a must. Step away, trot away.
Yo,
Step
yo,
away,
yo.
trot away.
Yes, I. Yes, I. Yes, I. Bless hello, family. Salve, salve, família. Deixa eu aparecer aqui. Certo? Uma ótima tarde a todos. Prince, please unmute your microphone. Yes. Uma ótima tarde a todos. Jah abençoa. Damos graças pelo
Yes, I.
sábado. You know?
Greetings.
Yes. Aliás, Selassie I Jah Rastafari. Eu sou o Guux, certo? Venho apresentar para você Jah
Yeah.
Tallawah,
Rastafari.
entrevista Prince Liv I Jah no Fala Mesmo Rasta. Assim, sejam todos bem-vindos. Você está ao vivo, live and direct no YouTube e Twitch TV. Valeu, pessoal que tá aí no chat. One love, tamo junto e trovão deles. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Certo, família? Prince Liv I Jah.
Blessed.
Blessed love, my lord.
Yes, I.
Yeah, man. Are you tell to
Greetings,
them?
brother.
I'll tell to them some of your history, you know, in Portuguese. I read some of your bio, you know, and we will
True.
start the conversation, you know. Give thanks, you know. Jah love. Yes, I. Prince Liv I Jah
Yes, I. Thanks to
é
the
Most
most.
homem
Time for
rasta.
life.
Bless up. Prince Liv I Jah é homem rasta consciente, usando a música roots para transmitir a mensagem de amor, igualdade e justiça para todos. Prince Liv I Jah nasceu em High Wycombe, Inglaterra. Seus pais são de São Vicente, Granadinas. Ele cresceu em High Wycombe, onde frequentou escola secundária em Cressex. Também estudou psicologia e sociologia no Wycombe College. Ele vem gravando desde 1997 e seu primeiro single foi o Emperor's March, lançado pelo Classic Vibes. Também gravou para outras gravadoras como Sipa Cup, Rough Cut, Scott Bones, Jah Soldier e Jah Youth. Seus mais recentes singles foi gravado pela Universal Love, que é o King of the Jungle, Craft Conceal, Can't Get Ya Down, para Edge Foundation em King Sammy. 2 singles para a gravadora belga Up Records, que é o Red Alert and Content of Character. Também gravou Black Lives Matter, Shows Toda Terça Ao com o produtor Roots High Tech para Dub Helms Label. Atualmente, Prince Liv I Jah está terminando seu álbum, né, produzido pelo Jah Youth, e tem um EP aí também vindo com Sipa Cup. Certo, família? Então, certo, manda trovoada aí, você que tá no chat, pro nosso mano Prince Liv I Jah. Damos graças, sim, my lord.
Rastafari.
Rastafari, you know?
Give thanks.
Yeah, man. Say hello to the people on chat, my Idrin.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
Yes,
Give thanks to all of the massive in Brazil. You don't know, man. Coming straight from our heart, yeah? Rastafari. Blessed. Give thanks for having I.
Rastafari. Yes, vamos começar a entrevista. We will start the interview. I have some questions, yes, to the brethren. And the first one is, how did you begin in your music career, you know? Como você começou na sua carreira artística?
Okay. Well, I began at school at around 13 years old. So we used to bring some of my mother's records to school, and we used to play it they used to have a disco, you know, at the lunchtime where you could play your music. So we used to bring our parents' records, and then they had a microphone. So we start to copy what they say on the record and on the version, you know.
True.
And we find out that, yeah, it nice, because everybody starts saying, yeah, we like that. So we start to continue,
Yes,
you know, in that vein.
I'll translate to them this part, you know. Ele começou, família, na escola. Ele pegava dos pais dele os discos de vinil, levava na escola, e no horário do almoço, no lunchtime, no horário do almoço, ele tocava, e aí na versão do disco ele começava a cantar, e ele tinha apenas 13 anos. Please, my Adrian, go on.
Yes, you know, so yeah, so that's where it started at school, you know. So we continue to do this, and then we decide that we are going to try to have a little sound system. But of course, we don't have the money to buy the equipment for sound system. So eventually we decide that we're going to hire the equipment from the music store. So we hire some equipment from the music store, couple box and 2 turntable and microphone, most important thing. And then we start to have little sessions at the U Club, where we play at the U Club, you know?
E ele falou que eles pensaram em montar um sound system, só que era muito caro, né? Não tinha o money na época. Então, né, eles começaram a tocar, né, com uma caixa que eles iam na loja, né, de equipamento de som. E depois eles começaram a tocar num clube. Please, tell more, Adrian.
Yes, so we used to set up our own little session, and all the youths then would come to hear us, you know? So it was a great vibes as you know, young children, because we were still really children at that age, 13, 14, you know, but we still had the inspiration of the elders, really, watching the elders playing the music and the vibes that it generated amongst the community, because it brought the community together, the music.
Yes, aí eles tinham 13, 14 anos, ele era só crianças, e vários jovens, várias crianças dali começavam a encostar ali na sessão deles, né, pelo que eu tô entendendo aqui. E aí ele disse que os mais velhos inspiravam eles e eles inspiravam esses mais jovens, né? Que é isso que a música causa na comunidade, essa reunião. Please.
Yes, brother. Yeah, so you know that was really the start of the journey, a musical journey, you know. That was the start of it, was at school and amongst friends, our friends, you know, because we all love reggae, you know, because it was something that was opening up our conscious, not just what we were learning at school. You know, we found something outside of that.
Yes, I. E eles tocavam reggae, porque era uma coisa que abria a mente deles, né? Não que eles aprendiam na escola, era algo de fora e eles já tocavam reggae nessa época aí, 13, 14 anos. E aí eles começaram a inspirar, né, jovens e jovens aí já com 13, 14 anos, né? Então você vê, né, o poder do reggae music na vida do cabra aí. Tell more, Adrian. It's all about is the start. Is on the school. I'm telling you know. I'm telling about the power of reggae music in a life just
Very powerful,
13,
very powerful.
13 and 14 years, you know, but just very young, very young.
Yeah, very powerful because, you know, at that time in England, you know, our people were really being oppressed in the 80s. That's when I grew up, in the 80s. So at that point, you know, black unemployment was really high, and the brutality of the system against us was, you know, it was really tough, you know? So that was what we came up through. So hearing the messages coming through the music, which related to what we were going through. So
Ele disse que o empoderamento preto naquela época começou a crescer por causa da brutalidade que o sistema colocava em cima deles, né? Então, pelas as letras do reggae music, né, eles começavam a ouvir o reggae music e via que tinha a ver com a realidade que ele estava passando naquele tempo, né, na época de 80 na Inglaterra. Tell more, Adrian, please.
Yes, you know, so, you know, this music was the only thing that we could call ours. It belonged to us. It wasn't, the system didn't have any power over this music.
Yes. E essa é a única música que a gente pode chamar nossa, que é a música que vem com a gente. E o sistema não tem nenhum poder em cima dessa música. Please.
Yes, you know, so like I was saying, you know, it was, you know, oppression is a form of oppression they had us here in England. So, you know, a lot of the elders, like my older brother, them people, you know, at that age, they were rebellious against the system and they had dreadlocks and.
Porque era uma forma de opressão que o governo da Inglaterra naquela época, né, estava imprimindo em cima deles. Então, um monte de irmãos mais velhos, dos elders, dos mais velhos, eles já começaram a deixar o dreadlocks, o cabelo rasta, né, crescer, né, que já era uma forma, né, na Inglaterra, né, de rebelião contra o sistema aí opressor. Tell more, Adrian.
Yeah, man, so it was the older ones who were rebelling against the brutality, and as we as youths now are witnessing this now. We're witnessing the fight against the system. So we automatically gravitate towards our people and what they are going through. So we automatically find ourselves in this corner where our people are, and we realize that we have to stand up in this corner and battle for freedom, basically.
Yes.
You know?
E ele diz que automaticamente eles se viram nessa situação, né, que as palavras falavam. Automaticamente eles tiveram, né, naquele canto deles mesmo, que se levantar, stand up, né, contra esse tipo de opressão. Ó o reggae music aí, família, em vários lugares, né, ele tem o mesmo poder, contra a mesma fita. Tell me more, Adrian, please.
Yeah, because music was the only voice we had. We didn't have any other voice. There weren't any black people. I think you had maybe one or two black people in the parliament. One or two out of 650.
Música é a única voz que a gente tem. Única voz né, que a gente pode mover a massa, porque ele disse que no governo lá no Senado, né, a gente só tem 2 pretos, né, e a música é o potencial. Tell me more, Adrian.
Yeah, man, so it was the voice of the voiceless.
É a voz
So
do sem voz.
Yeah, so we as youths now, we start to get rebellious as well.
A gente
Through
era,
the
eles eram
songs that we.
jovens. Eles eram jovens e eles tinham que se rebelar e os sons que eles ouviam. Please.
Yes, because it's making us aware of what the system is doing to not only us in this place where we live local, but it's actually on a global scale.
Não só nos lugares que eles viviam, que isso era uma atitude numa escala global. Please.
Yeah, man, it's a global. We realize it's a global struggle that I and I Africans are going through to attain justice.
É uma luta global que nós africanos temos que estar dentro, né? Pela justiça. Say, please.
Yeah, man, so this is what we had to use is the music. So, and the music was something when I first heard reggae music, immediately it went into my soul. So I didn't really want to listen to any other music when I was young. You couldn't bring soul music, R&B, hip hop, or any of those musics to me at that point.
E essa música do reggae music é a música que bateu na minha alma. E ele disse que não tá ouvindo muito outras músicas, né? Como ele deu o exemplo aí, né? Nesse ponto de vista, né? Vindo com esse ponto de vista. Tell me more, Adrian.
Yeah, because the more that I heard the music, is the more I wanted to fight for freedom. I realized that.
Quanto mais eu escuto a música, mais eu quero lutar pela liberdade. It's important. That's why I say because these words is important, you know? Quanto mais eu escuto essa música, Prince Liv I Jah, mais eu me importo, né? Quero lutar por isso. Vocês entendem, family? Qual que é a fita? Entendeu as ideias? Só que esse ponto tem que parar e frisar aqui. certo? Porque a ideia é tudo nós aqui, quem tá no chat aí também, tá nas ideias. Se você tiver qualquer pergunta aí no chat, já vai mandando que eu já vou lendo, certo? Yes, Adrian, please.
Yeah,
Please,
man.
tell
So,
more. I'm telling to them some little more, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, man. So that is the thing is that the music was so powerful. It was so powerful that it just captured me. That I had to do my part, the little I could do. That's the way I felt inside, that I must try to contribute something towards the struggle of freedom.
Yes, é por isso que a música é tão poderosa, né? E quando ele ouve, ele sente, né, que ele tem que dar a parte dele como contribuição, né, para esse movimento, essa luta de liberdade. Please, Adrian. Go on.
Yeah, man. That's just how the journey started in that early formative years. And, we were very, very aware and very much looking at to the elders and what they was doing and the path they were trying to navigate. And we try to, go the same path from it's good and it's upful and it's righteous. We follow that path,
E aí ele fala que ele observa os mais velhos. Então aí ele vê, né, a parte que os mais velhos, por onde que eles navegaram, né? Então ele sabe que ele tem uma rota, que tem um lugar e, né, e vai fazer a parte dele. Certo, family? Please, man. Go on.
Yes, so you try to navigate the path what the elders set, because it's them set it. We born and grow and see this. Like, we came and met this here. We came and met Rastafari here. We came and met reggae music here.
Yes, ele falou que tem que seguir o caminho que os mais velhos seguiu, né? Porque a gente nasceu, cresceu fazendo isso, né? E tanto no Rastafari, tanto no reggae music. Yes,
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's how it
Alright.
really started, brother. I just saw that was the influence in the early years, And from that day, I started school. I don't stop with reggae music. I've been writing lyrics from that day.
Yes, então
Never
foi assim
stop.
que ele começou nos dias passados, né, mano? E tipo, ele começou no reggae music na escola. E foi por isso que ele começou. Eu já ia perguntar várias perguntas que ele já matou em várias já aqui. Certo, family? Se você tá no chat, se você está conectado, manda um trovãozinho no chat. Please, people, send some thunder upon the chat. Please subscribe upon the channel. Check Prince Liv I Jah links. We have more question. Stay tuned. Rastafari.
Yeah. Rastafari, most I.
Selassie. Yes,
What praises.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
I have some questions, but you say no answers, Always good, Adrian. Give thanks,
Yes, I.
What's your favorite artist? The thing that I want to listen. Eu perguntei pra ele, família, qual que é os artistas dele favorito, as coisas que ele gosta de ouvir.
Favorite artist?
É.
Well, I have a few favorite artists because I couldn't just have one. It's not one. One couldn't
Yeah.
inspire. You understand? So, as many influences like, in the early days now, Johnny Osborne, singers like that, you know what I mean? Dennis Brown. Dennis Brown was one that anytime I hear Dennis Brown, it's because my mother used to have a Dennis Brown Wolves and Leopards album, So it's that me used to listen. So Dennis Brown was like, yeah, and Gregory Isaacs. Yeah. That's when I was a youth now, but more we grow now. Even as a big man now, you're still influenced by music, you know what I mean? Like Garnet Silk. Because at that point when Garnet Silk came onto the scene, the music was going through a change because you had the dancehall at that point.
True, man. Ele falou que ele gosta muito do Johnny Osborne, Dennis Brown, porque a mãe dele ouvia, né, bastante. What's the name of
Gregory Isaacs.
Gregory Isaacs também. Yes, Gregory
Yeah, man.
Isaacs. Falou que a mãe dele tinha uns LP do Dennis Brown, grandão lá na casa dele. E ele falou que agora, depois, né, que ele virou, né, mais velho e tal, ele tem influência do Garnet Silk, porque o Garnet Silk mudou, né, a cena do dancehall, né? Fala
Yes.
Yes, tell more, tell more, Adrian.
Yes, in the early 90s, there was a kind of switch where the culture music wasn't really getting the airplay. It was all the dancehall, the shabba ranks, and these things were being played at that time. So the culture get overshadowed.
Ele falou que nos anos 90 teve uma mudança dentro do reggae music, que foi o lance do dancehall, era Shabba Ranks e outras fitas que tava tocando na época. Então a música que tinha a cultura, a raiz ficou um pouquinho mais no background, ficou mais um pouquinho para trás. Please tell more.
Yeah, man. You know, so when Garnet Silk came, it was like a breath of fresh air for Rasta, because so long now we're not hearing our messages. Yeah, and now Garnet come, we start to hear what we need to hear now.
E aí quando o Garnet Silk chegou e foi tipo um ar fresco pros Rasta, porque ele tinha a mensagem que o Rasta queria ouvir, porque há um tempo, né, não se ouvia a mensagem Rasta igual antes. Tell more, Adrian.
Yeah, you know, so Garnet was like, you know, draw more energy back in the thing, you know what I mean? Because I can't say it revive, because it's not in the dead, so him draw back more energy in the thing, you know what I mean? And it was a great inspiration. Garnet inspire enough people who not think that way there to come think that way there.
Yes, ele falou que o Garnet ele veio e revolucionou mesmo, que o Garnet Silk inspira muitas pessoas, né, que veio dessa época. Fala mesmo, Rasta, tell more.
Yeah, you know, so how many artists, but, you know, me just pick out the one that really, you know what I mean, can't even Sizzler. I mean, in my younger youth to I, but not by much, but in my younger youth to I. But, I mean, when he was another breath of fresh air when he came. The first song I heard with Sizzler was No White God. The first song me hear.
Yes, ele falou que o primeiro, né, também o Sizzler, o primeiro que ele ouviu, assim, foi como um ar fresco, né, sabe? Né, algo novo, assim, pra eles na época. E a primeira música que ele ouviu do Sizzler é No White God.
Yeah, because the message is now what was starting to come forward again into the reggae. Liberation, you understand? Repatriation, reparation, all these things. Marcus Garvey, the whole thing. You know what I mean? So we start to talk about these things and highlight it again now through these youth here. Anthony B, all them youth there. Jah Mason.
Yes, aí ele falou que veio com os ensinamentos de Marcus Garvey, Jah Rastafari. E eles começaram a colocar isso mais em evidência, né? Colocar essas ideias de novo. Igual o Jah Mason e Anthony B, né? Também dois pesos aí que a gente gosta muito. I like them so much too, man. Yeah, man, tell me more.
Man. So yeah, many artists, you know, we like all kind of reggae. Barry Salmon, me like that. The Lovers Rock. Cause, you know, as a singer, you have to broaden your mind. You can't just be on one thing. You must encapsulate everything.
Say again the name.
As an artist, you have to have a broad mind. Your mind has to be broad as an artist. You can't just see one kind of thing.
Please,
so, you know, you have artists like Barry Hammond. Yes, Barry Hammond. So it's very influential.
Ele falou que o Barry Hammond é muita influência. Eu tava falando aqui que a conexão deu uma travada aqui não consegui entender o primeiro que ele falou. Pedi pra ele repetir. Please, say again that you say because when I say my computer maybe stop the thing, you know, the audio, please say again. I
I
just
think I was,
listen about Barry Hammond, you know, me have to translate to them
yeah,
proper.
Barry Salmon was very influential for his songs because Barry Salmon, if you listen to his songwriting, the way he writes songs, I mean, it's excellent. The way he puts together songs.
Ele falou que Barry Hammond ele é uma grande influência porque o jeito que ele escreve, que ele monta a, as músicas dele é muito excelente. Então, o Prince Liv I Jah gosta do Barry Hammond também. Yes, very nice, Adrian. See.
Yeah, because you have to learn, you have to observe how to do these things, and you see, okay, this man, you know, he really can write good songs. How does he do it? And you try to, you know, find a formula for yourself of writing songs.
True, mano. E aí fala que é o jeito que ele aprende, né, mano? Ele vê como o irmão ele escreve as letras dele, então ele vai e pega a referência, entendeu? Ele já sabe qual que é a fita, certo? Tell more, Adrian.
Yeah, man, there's plenty, you know, plenty singers. I can't even remember all of them, you know, Screwdriver. You know, he's little known singer like Screwdriver. Maybe not many people know him. But you have them artists like Paul Elliott.
Screwdriver.
Yeah. Yeah. Screwdriver.
Screwdriver
Yeah,
from dance hall. From a Screwdriver who sing dance hall style, you know? It's the same artist.
Yeah, man, him sing dance and him sing roots.
Yes. Into a dance last night and everybody feeling now. It's the same.
Yeah.
Alright. Me say what a pumpy. She say no. Yes, man. I like these artists too, man. For sure, man.
Very Screwdriver, nice. You know. You have some
long time. Falando que ele gosta do Screwdriver, tá falando de mais artistas aqui. Sell more art. Screwdriver. And you say another name.
Paul Elliott. Paul Elliott.
I don't know. I don't know. I will search. E Paul Elliott.
Yeah, aí. Paul Elliott, you know.
Yes,
It's not just the big artists them. We listen, you know what I mean? All kind of artists we like to listen.
Yes, ele falou que não são grandes artistas, mas ele também, mano, todos os tipos de artistas ele gosta de ouvir. Aí eu sei a som Big Up to the Chat Family. Salve, Municandeiro, Akashki Records, Reggae, Respect, Arieja, Merita Moon, Mr. Ites, all the people connected, you know. Big Up, Prince Liv I Jah. Respect.
And one more thing, Guux. One more thing, man, to say, yeah?
Say,
regarding influences. We can't forget this influence. I don't know how we never said this one first. True. Because as a youth, when we used to go to session and listen to DJ in the session, my favorite was Maccabee. Maccabee?
Ele falou que ele tem muitas influências. E a gente não pode esquecer, né, das influências, né? Que ele já tinha me dito uma vez. E quando ele era novo, ele costumava ir nas sessões. E um dos DJs, né, que tava ali na sessão, o pão de mic, era o Maccabee. E ele gostava muito do Maccabee. Tell more, Adrian. Fala mesmo.
Yeah, man, because that man was very, very potent in those days. Lyrically, you know? You just couldn't go with them for lyrics. Them just had so much. Where them get all them lyrics from?
Ele falou que o Maccabee, ele é muito importante nesses dias, porque ele é um mano que tem as letras, e todo mundo fala, da onde que as letras vêm, mano, tá ligado? Que lyrically, né, nas letras, o bichão é brabo. Fala mesmo, Rasta.
Papa Levi. Yeah? Me God, me King.
Papa
that was a
Levi.
very influential tune for I. To hear that tune, I can't remember how old I was, but I was in my teens, early teens, maybe middle teens. And that tune, whoa, that did a lot for me personally as somebody who wanted to emulate those kind of people.
Yeah, mano. Papa Levi Me God Me King também, que é um tune que influenciou muito quando que ele ouviu a parada quando ele era mais novo. Ali, adolescente, falou, wow, big tune. Yes,
Yeah,
I
man,
do.
massive.
Massive, massive,
I
massive.
noticed I had one radio station what play reggae, and them only play it on a Sunday. You can only hear it on Sunday for I think it's 2 hours. Yeah, for I think from 3 o'clock or something like that. But it was only one day, Sunday. You can hear reggae.
E ele falava que naquela época só um dia, né, na rádio, nos domingos você ouvia reggae, que era tipo um programa de 2 horas ali, né, pra ele. E aí ele ouvia esses tunes lá. Tell more, fala mesmo, Rasta. Yes, I have one more question to the eye, you know. Why you are Rasta?
Why me a Rasta?
Yes,
Because I want liberation. I want to be free. I want to be able to live within nature. See? That's why I'm a Rasta, because liberation.
eu sou um Rasta porque eu quero liberação. Eu quero ser livre. Eu quero um jeito de estar com a natureza. Eu sou Rasta por causa da liberação.
Remember, Rasta is a liberation movement, Reggae music is a liberation music, So if we are dealing with these things, Rastafari and music, it must liberation must be at the core of it.
Ele falou, se lembra que a música, que o Rastafari é um movimento de liberação e o reggae music também. E que se a gente tá lidando com essa música, a gente tem que estar sabendo dessas coisas. Tell more, Rasta, fala mesmo.
Yeah, man, it's that Rasta. The reason me is Rasta cause liberation, not because I want to sing reggae music. Just like how it look. None of these things, because I noticed that society wants everybody to conform and look a certain way. Yeah, they want you to be a certain way, but I'm not free, so I can't be who I want to be. So, that's why we put on locks and say, no, we are going to rebel against what you want. This is what we want.
Yes, I. Ele falou por isso que Rastafari, pra ele, é liberação. Não porque ele quer parecer alguma coisa ou porque ele quer cantar reggae music, né? Porque a sociedade, o sistema, ele impõe uma coisa pra você. Então, por isso que a gente deixa crescer locks e fala, não é o que você, né, sociedade, sistema quer, e sim o que nós queremos. Tell more, Adrian. Fala mesmo, Rasta.
Yes, it's that. That's what I is about. It's about justice, equality. Those are the things what we heard as Rasta growing up. What the elders was talking about was freedom, equality, and justice for all.
Yes, é por isso que os anciões estão falando sobre liberdade, igualdade e justiça para todos. Please, Mufaya, please.
Yeah, man.
Rastafari.
I'm not singing to be top of the chart. I'm not singing to popularity. I don't sing for those things. I sing to liberate the people.
Eu não canto para ser o topo dos charts, né, das paradas. Eu não canto, né, para isso. Eu canto para a liberação das pessoas. Say I dream.
See? Yeah, man, that's that. We are singing to liberate and to free. See? And make people know that, you have your own mind to think. You have to be a critical thinker. You can't let somebody think for you.
Ele falou para as pessoas saber que você tem sua própria mente, você tem que ter um pensamento crítico, né? Não que estão falando, né, sempre para você. Blaze fire.
Yeah, man, you know, so that's where Rastafari come in, and then the teachings of His Majesty. You understand? So,
É por isso que Rastafari vem com os ensinamentos de Sua Majestade, Jah Rastafari. Blaze fire.
aye, you see,
Selassie.
so all these things combine together to help us to liberation, because we're not free. Look how much of us still living in suffering, in poverty, in deprivation, living in deplorable conditions.
Ele falou que é por isso que a gente faz essa música. Porque olha quantos de nós vivem no sofrimento, em condições deploráveis, em condições né, até subhumanas aí. Yes, Jah, fire. Please.
Yeah, man. So, you know, we just use the music to try alleviate those things.
E a gente usa a música para tentar elevar essas coisas.
The music has been the thing that's been the catalyst for our message to go global.
A,
Yovers.
a música é um evento catalítico global.
It's been the catalyst. That's why it's in Brazil, it's in Argentina, it's in Uganda, it's in Botswana, it's everywhere, it's in Russia, it's everywhere. So no matter what you want to say, that message has permeated everywhere.
Ele falou que não importa se está no Brasil, Argentina, Uganda, Botsuana, que a mensagem, né, ela tem que chegar onde tem que chegar, entendeu? Porque tá global. Fala mesmo, Rasta. Manda trovão, família, no chat. Big up. Bliss. Fire.
Yes, Fireball. Yeah, man. So it's that, you know, that's why we's Rasta.
Rastafari.
It's not Rasta for fashion or nothing, you know, understand? We not look nothing out of this. We don't want nothing. The only thing I want out of this is liberation, freedom, repatriation. That's all me want. I'm happy then.
Yes, I. Eu não quero nada dessas fitas. O que eu quero é liberação, reparação e repatriação. É o que eu tô falando. Certo? Família, já deixa o like, já se inscreve aí no canal. Prince Liv I Jah. Pesquisem, coach a defenda. Certo? Dá um big up lá. Siga no Instagram. Segue no Facebook. Certo? E suporta o trabalho do Rastafari. Mensagem positiva, sim. Big up todos os irmãos aí no chat, Kalu, Meritamun, Monicandiero, Akashic Records, Arieja, all the chat family. Big up, you know, give thanks, you know, to be with us, you know, Black Liberation Talk. Tell more Rasta, man. Fire.
Yeah, right. So that's why, you know, we have to make sure that we link up with our brothers and sisters worldwide, see, to make the thing stronger. So we're all fighting towards the same goal.
É por isso que a gente tem que se juntar, fazer o link, né, com as pessoas, né, globalmente, né, porque a gente tá no mesmo trabalho, no mesmo trampo, no mesmo objetivo. Tell more Rasta, fala mesmo Rasta.
Yeah, everybody has their part to play. Whether you use the priest, whether you use the DJ, whether you the man make the clothes, whether you use the man make the mask, them, you know, everybody playing a part for liberation. Africa needs to be free. And that means, by extension, I will free. You understand? So it's nothing else going on apart from that. Liberation.
Ele falou que é por isso que a gente tem que usar, né, todas as ferramentas que a gente tem, Selecta, DJ, porque cada um faz a sua parte na liberação preta. E não adianta, né, só ele, né, tá fazendo a parte se, né, ter essa liberação sozinho. Isso aí não é sobre isso, né? Só liberar só ele, entendeu? Isso não tem fundamento. Tell more Rasta, fire. Please.
You know, just that still, you know what I mean? It's just that message there, you know. We're not really nothing more than that message, because we're not try get nobody for make no money from nobody or nothing. We just want everybody for have a mind where you think for yourself and you can discern things. You can discern different things in the world. see what's going on.
A gente não quer só pelo dinheiro, a gente quer que as pessoas tenham a mente, né, delas, né, forte para conseguir decifrar e entender o que realmente está acontecendo. Tell more, Andrew. Please.
Yes, Rasta. What you want me say now? Yeah,
Rastafari, most
what you want
high.
me say? Me another question.
Yes, Adrian. Yes, Adrian. Yeah, another question you say all about it, man, is how is reggae to black people around the world? How is important it, you know?
Mm.
Would you say another? You say all things, but if you can say more, please say more, you know? And the next
Yeah, man.
one, yeah, I will say the next one, and you say in the yeah, I will just
It's
say the
very
next one
important. It's
is
very,
arts your
very,
next jobs and dates, you know? Is the
yeah,
two
it's very
two final questions, I drink. Feel free to speak, you know. Rastafari, most high.
yeah. Yeah, man, it's very important, the reggae music to us. It's our culture, it's part of our culture. You know, it's very, very big part of our culture because it educates us.
Ele falou que o reggae music é muito importante para nós, porque é parte da nossa cultura, que educa a gente. Please, fire.
So the artists them need to make sure that they put the right message into the music so that when the music is played, Guux can sit down with him daughters and him sons, and they can listen to the music as well and feel good about hearing that music.
Yes, ele falou que os artistas têm que ter a consciência de que, por exemplo, quando eu, o Guux ou vocês, qualquer pessoa, sentar com as suas irmãs e seus filhos, todo mundo se sentir bem de estar ouvindo aquela música.
You see what I say? So this is why it's important because it's because remember how young I was when I first started to hear this music. So if what I was hearing was something nefarious, maybe I turn out to be something like that. You understand?
Porque quando a gente era mais jovem, a gente ouvia essa música, né? E quando não era, né, agradável, a gente falou, não entendia, né, algo como isso. Sebo Rasta.
Yeah, man. So through the uplifting messages, what I heard in the music, it uplift me to a point where I want to try to uplift as well.
E a mensagem de levantamento que eu coloco na música também me edifica, né? Então a gente tem que fazer isso, né? Direito. Tell Rasta.
Yeah, you know, so just upliftment of the nation. 'Cause remember, you know, in Brazil, is the most Africans outside of Africa reside in Brazil, you know.
True.
You know that?
Yes, I dream. For sure, you know.
Okay.
Ele falou
Right.
que no,
So
ele falou que no Brasil tem mais africanos fora da África no Brasil, né? Pelo se eu tô ligado nisso. Yes, I. Tell more.
so these facts we have to teach to the children so they can be proud. Yes, that they have black brothers and sisters, African brothers and sisters all around the globe. Zine, and it's not just them alone who are in their struggle.
Yes, I. É por isso que essas coisas a gente tem que ensinar para nossas crianças, para elas se manterem orgulhosas. Que tem vários irmãos e irmãs preta ao redor do mundo, para ela não se sentir sozinha, né? Tem irmãos na batalha, né? Também, né? Para a liberação africana. Tell more, I dream, please. Fire.
Yeah, man. Because the children are the ones who coming after. So we have to make sure that that message remains constant, that the uplifting message remains constant throughout the African nation. You know, 'cause we still need to be uplifted. So we can't afford to take our foot off the pedal. We still need to work hard for this liberation.
Ele diz que a criança, né, tem que ouvir, né, esse tipo de música porque Isso é para o levantamento. Isso que é o que vai ficar com a gente, né, para a nossa liberação. Semo Dream.
Yeah,
Fala, meu
man. So
Rasta.
any way you can contribute.
E de qualquer
Yeah,
forma a gente pode contribuir.
I choose to contribute through music and other things. So whichever way you can do, because not everyone can sing, but you still have a contribution to make towards the upliftment of Africans.
Ele falou que ele contribui pela música, mas tem várias coisas que podemos fazer, né, que você pode fazer, que às vezes as pessoas não podem ver, que pode contribuir com a liberação, né, dos africanos. Jobless. Fire.
Yeah, so working together is the key. Education is the key, and working together, unity is the key.
Educação é a chave e trabalhar junto e união é a chave.
Yeah, man. So in that manner, we should proceed. You know,
De jeito a gente tem que se
in that manner, we
proceder.
should proceed. You know?
Rastafari.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
Rastafari. Mosta.
Highly
Highly blessed,
blessed.
Adrian. Adrian,
Yes, I.
what's your next jobs? Is the final question, you know. So I give you thanks, you know, for this conversation. Is the first one, the interview.
True.
Certo, família? Agradeço a cada um e eu aí, certo? Que ficou presente. Vou fazer a última questão para ele aqui. E é isso, família. Em breve, mais convidados aí também no Fala Mesmo Rasta. Segunda-feira e terça-feira às 9 horas tem live. Dia abençoe e trovão neles, certo? Espero que vocês tenham absorvido a mensagem, certo? Qualquer fita aí, mano, que eu traduzi que não foi fidedigno, por favor, comente aí e já coloque aí a observação, né? Tentei traduzir da melhor forma aí pra vocês no Ghetto Talk mesmo. Do meu entendimento é que eu converso com o irmão Prince Liv I Jah, certo? Chequem o link deles, certo? Coach a Defenda, Prince Liv I Jah, Instagram and Facebook. And the final question, is your next tunes, your next dates, you know, what is going on, what is coming from Prince Liv I Jah, you know, in the
Yeah,
music.
we have a few things coming. I got an EP with Gossipy and Sipper Cup, you know, called Heights We Are Climb. So I had a few promo copies I distributed, but you know, it's not officially released. So that's coming. I have some singles with Jah coming, named Black Woman.
True.
And I have a single to release with Universal Love called She's Cheating. So, yeah.
Ele tem com Gucci aí pra vir EPzão. Lançou Black Uma com Universal Love, ok? Yes, Universal Love Black Uma. And next one?
Yeah, Black Woman, that's Jah one, that's coming.
Jah
That's coming on vinyl. Yeah, that's coming on
Vai vir
vinyl.
vinil.
And Universal Love is She's Cheating.
E Universal Love
So,
é She's Cheating, é isso?
Yeah,
Beleza.
She's Cheating, yeah.
E Universal Love vai sair aí também. E aí tem os vinil, o EP promocional ele distribuiu também lá do Gucci, mas só umas cópias promocionais.
So otherwise, you know, we have an album with Jah coming as well.
Álbum com Jah tá vindo.
I have the album I'm doing with Roots High Tech.
Álbum com Roots High Tech tá vindo.
Which is nearly complete, you know, we're just doing the final tracks on that one. And, you know, we have Untitled Power we're doing some work with.
Vinil, Untitled Power.
Mic. Yeah, so, you know, we have some, yeah, we have some tracks with Untitled Mic. So, yeah, we have some things that go on still. So we just cool and relax, you know?
Yeah, man. Nice,
Truly.
nice. And
Yeah,
soon
man.
we will come with a tune in a combination style, you know.
Yeah,
Prince Liv I
man,
Jah
that one.
and I
So
Guux.
Yeah, we have Guux and Liv I Jah come soon, so watch out for that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
E nós temos uma
Yeah,
combinação
what?
pra vir aí, família, no Jah Tallawah, no canal aí. Em breve, tá chegando Mr. Ites Production, né? Que tá aí no chat aí com nós. Big up, Mr. Aids, Guux e Prince Liv I Jah. Na mensagem, Jah Rastafari
Rasta,
Selassie.
highly blessed.
Y-
Empress Menen.
Yes, Adrian. It's a pleasure and
True.
honor talk with you. Sorry,
Yeah,
sometime
give
I cut
thanks.
because my computer freeze the thing. But we
Mm.
are learning. Yes,
Here we
Adrian.
go. So it go.
I hope
So it,
I translate in a better way to them people, but I'm learning too.
true.
So I give thanks and praise to Jah Rastafari,
Highly Selassie, I
for the
bless Empress
brotherhood
Menen.
around the world,
Yeah, man.
and Omega I, Empress Mene
Yeah, man. We
I,
need to come together. We need to come together in
true.
any which way we can. We need to make that bond together like an atom. We need to be like an atom
Yeah,
and
temos que
bond
estar junto igual ao
together.
átomo. Yes, ai, pra fazer o boom, pra cima e pra frente, damos graças, trovão neles. Give thanks and praise to the Most High, Jah
Rastafari.
Rastafari, cada mal e cada mal. Certo, family? Big up, valeu. Até a próxima,
Highly.
certo? Yeah, give your blessings to the chat family connected.
Yeah, man. Give thanks to all of the blessed people who are tuning in, all the beautiful people in Brazil. Yeah, man. We love you, my African brothers and sisters. So just keep the fire burning for freedom and liberation. 'Cause remember, we don't forget, it's that we depend. We're not trying to have a party or fit into the system. We need to be free. We need to trample upon the system and free ourselves. And none can do it but ourselves.
Ele falou que mandar um salve pra toda a família bonita do Brasil, que a gente tem que estar junto, que a gente tem que lutar contra esse sistema e acreditar em nós mesmos. Certo, família? E, mano, gratidão, Prince Liv I Jah, give thanks, Adrian, again and again for the teachings. For the
Yeah,
real
man. Give
talks,
thanks to the eye.
give thanks.
Give thanks to the eye. It's been
Yes,
a
man.
pleasure.
It's a pleasure and honor. Yeah,
Yeah,
check
man.
links of Prince Liv I Jah. Out music, is a music of consciousness, and we love it. Jah Tallawah support, this. Give thanks and praise to the Haile
Yeah, man.
Selassie Jah
Give support, bro.
Rastafari Kadamawi.
Highly blessed. Highly blessed.